Yeah, come in.
Hi, I'm Sukhdeep Singh from Salesforce.
Pleasure to meet you.
Hi, how
Mr.
are you doing, Miss Chris?
Yeah, I'm doing great today. How's things been so far?
It's been great.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm so glad Kevin gave us this opportunity to connect and meet.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Kevin go way back, and he really speaks highly of you and Lennox.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've even noticed in an article about a week ago
Mm-hmm.
that Lennox was placed ranked in the top 700, which is really impressive to me because this company is really moving fast, and how fast it's growing is really great.
Absolutely, and we're always looking for the next big thing, right?
Yeah.
Here at the company, and so we're always looking for that opportunity to really just push up on our A game, to always improve and see what matters to us.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that we can actually achieve that and really just have a great connection in that process.
Yeah, definitely will. And I just want to confirm, is 10 minutes still good for you for this meeting today?
Yes, the 10-minute window is perfectly fine. I do have a hard cutoff, though, between that window,
Yeah.
so I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
And so the reason for me wanting to meet up with you today is really just to get to know what Lennox is using as a CRM system,
Sure.
and if there are any priorities for Lennox that we here at Salesforce can meet. Okay. So another question is, will there be anyone else involved in this process before I get started?
Absolutely. Mr. Mark Yona, he's actually our moderator, so he'll actually be helping be a part of the decision-making process as well. So he'll actually be playing a pivotal role in this process.
Okay, that's great. Wonderful.
Mhm.
And if there's something that interests you today from our meeting, what would be the next steps in this process?
We're looking to create solutions, right, to our current problems. So I'm looking for innovation, and I'm looking for a better strategy, and
Okay.
also to drive more customers and more growth.
Yeah, perfect. No problem. So if there's nothing else, shall we dive right into the questions?
Absolutely, go for it.
Great. So my first question is, what is Lennox using as their current CRM system?
Yeah, so our current quote-unquote CRM is a mixture of MS Excel as well as MS Suite. So we're using a combination of the two, and everything is being done currently in those two processes.
Oh, okay, great. And how long have y'all been using Excel?
We have been using Excel and MS Office for decades on end, so years and years. In longevity, we're looking at about 20 plus years now.
20. Wow, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And how has it been using this system?
Yeah, so it's honestly been very, very bad. There are a lot of discrepancies, and I really just wanted to kind of focus on a couple of issues instead of all of the impending issues that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of these issues really revolve around data transparency, right? And that's really one of the issues that have been giving us lack of real time with our customers. We're taking too much time, wasting time on things that don't really matter and serve purpose in our processes. And alongside that, we're also having a lot of security issues because none of it's really uniform. Everything is just all over the place from point A to point B. Then we skip over to point C and D, and things go on and on. And alongside that, it's really also very hard for us to really track a lot of our data with our employees as well, because we are just all over the place.
Okay, so I see that you're having problems tracking your salespeople from point A from point B when they're making these trips.
Mhm.
So what are some of the impacts that you're noticing because of this?
Yeah, we're having longer wait times with our individuals, with other client calls, and we're having to actually double call. It's just a hassle for us to reach back out to our prospects and our future clients, and it has been really a big struggle for us because not only is it important for us to have that data in the time that it matters, but we're having to scurry around and search for it all over the place. So it's been really a big issue. And also our communication has been also being affected very heavily because it's creating a lot of barriers between us and our meetings with management as well as our staff.
Okay, so seeing real-time data is really important to you. So how's a way that we can help improve this?
Absolutely. I think we can improve real-time data by having a cloud-based platform, and it could really add to our basis in terms of a centralized system. right? Being able to see data 24/7, 7 days a week is what we actually are built on, and we want to grow further in that.
Okay, yeah, great. So I kind of want to know, how many employees do you have at this department?
We have roughly about 7,000 employees plus.
7,000. Wow, that's a large number.
It's an astounding number, and you can only imagine how hard it is for me personally to really track and reach every single
Yes,
employee.
definitely.
That's what makes it very hard and complex.
Okay, well, so that's a lot of employees. Would you say there's any impact on those employees?
Absolutely. We don't really see what's going on behind the scenes outside of work, right?
Yeah.
Nearly about 75% of the time, they're really just spending their time outside the office. And that also includes our territory managers as well.
Mhm.
We have roughly about 180 territory managers
Wow.
throughout the region. And so it's really just not easy for them either, right? And we have to be the middlemen in that process to make sure that they also have the correct information as well.
Okay, so yeah, what would you say some of the goals that Lennox is looking to solve when looking at a new CRM system?
Yeah, we're actually looking to have more efficiency, right? Reduce our time with our clients and also increase on driving our revenue as well as bringing in more customers, right? So those are a lot of things that we really want to focus on doing more of, right? And not wasting time, as I said before, with all of these other problems that we are having and that are continuing to arise as we speak. And so I want to make sure that we're owning that in the preface of innovative technology and something strategic for the future.
Okay, yeah, we definitely don't want to waste any time. So what does the timeline look for you when you want to implement this new CRM system?
Yeah, I'm looking to implement this process within the next 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months?
And so preferably as soon as we can. And of course that's going to raise some questions, but
Yeah. What are some of the concerns that you have?
yeah, some of my concerns would be like really just delving into, the training aspects, of course, who we really have to hire on, which is like third-party mentorship, and also how many employees we'd have to train, because, it's going to be a lot of people that we have to keep track of and really just keep training and really understanding and expanding in our regards to the critical process. And
Okay.
we also don't want to fall behind because of that, right?
Yeah.
So, and also investing in the process of training, right? Because training can be very costly as well for
Definitely,
us.
yes.
And we want to make sure to reduce costs as well and
Okay.
make this as easygoing and efficient as possible.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like that you're having a lot of these issues mainly because you don't have a centralized cloud platform to store all of your data.
Mhm.
This is really impacting your employees, your managers,
Mhm.
and kind of not having visibility of data. So what would you say if you didn't have to face some of these issues anymore?
If we didn't have to face any issues, it would really just make the people's lives just a tad bit easier, because not only are we able to provide what matters in the time that it's needed, but also prioritize the task at hand, right?
Yes.
We want to put our customer first approach always at the forefront of really expanding, because if we don't focus on our customers and we don't focus on those things now, it's going to backfire us in the future, and
Yeah.
we'll really see a bunch of losses, and that's something that we don't really want to often run into. Of course, losses will happen regardless, but
Mm.
I don't want to really be seeing that very often like we do right this moment.
Okay, yeah, so definitely, I see that your main thing here is that you want a better way to store and access data and kind of manage your sales pipelines, have better visibility for your managers,
Mhm.
and kind of have a cohesive communication amongst employees and your organization as a whole. So I would definitely like to take back what we talked about here today.
Sure.
And I would definitely want to have some kind of demonstration for you next time we meet.
Okay.
So what would you say to another meeting, if we could schedule another meeting, say next week around the same time, including Mark as well?
Yeah, we can. I just have to make sure to reach out to Mark and see what his schedule looks like as well.
Yeah.
But I think the same time next week should be fine.
Okay, well, here's my business card. This has my contact information. If you have any questions, please reach out to me.
Awesome.
And I would definitely send over the notes that we took today and back with you. Look forward to getting with you next week.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Pleasure to meet you,
You too.
and you have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you, Mr. Ham.
Thank you.